So this is Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous, and this is one of those things where I know too much. um, so Pathfinder, for anyone who somehow is not aware, is back in the day. You had D&D 3.5, and you had Dungeon Magazine and Dragon Magazine as the two big official supported things for D&D stuff. And there was a group of people who were the staff for one of those magazines. I want to say Dungeon. And they did a lot of stuff, including writing some serialized adventures to make a whole campaign out of it, just in the magazine. And people thought those were pretty cool. And so then they decided, okay, we're gonna just start making these as our own thing. And so they started making those their own thing. And then 4th edition came out. And then 4th edition said, hey, here's the new licensing agreement. And it sucked. And also, 4th edition was very, video gamey in a lot of ways that people were put off by. So they said, you know what? Technically, under the old licensing agreement, as long as we don't use literally just the experience tables and, beholders, the whole game is kind of fair use. And so they just cloned D&D as it was and made some tweaks and called it Pathfinder, which they were already calling the adventures that were just using 3.5. And then they continued for a while, and the staff changed several times, and for a while I was writing for them, and they did a whole bunch of these things called adventure paths, which are just here, take these 6 books, read them, this is an entire campaign to run people through. You have to do less work than you would otherwise, or more work depending on the kind of GM you are. Anyway, a couple of those were then made into computer games. I should probably hit this button, huh? And this button, huh? And one of those was Kingmaker, which is the one where they try to do this whole experimental thing where you're kind of playing Civilization and building up a series of cities in the wilderness while you're doing your standard adventuring thing. And yeah, that works much better as a PC game than it does as a tabletop game, for obvious reasons. And then the other one is Wrath of the Righteous, which basically they decided to make a super ultra high level campaign where you're just doing god tier stuff. And here's a bunch of special rules for the mythic deeds that you're doing, which kind of actually really sucked, and everybody hated the entire system, and they never touched it again. So that's a decent one for someone to make into a video game adaptation, where they're going to change a bunch of the mechanics anyway, and that's what this is. Whatever, yes. So. Let's see how much of this I can get played without being overwhelmed by options and okay, my pride won't let me do that. Let's assume, because I am again in a little bit of a hurry. Let's assume this is all cool as is. There's a whole minigame you can turn off. This is a lot of options. I'm going to assume that they all have their default settings somewhere good. I appreciate the last difficulty being called unfair. So I did play the Kingmaker one, that was the City Builder one, a little bit on stream, and was both overwhelmed by options of character creation and underwhelmed by the voice acting, honestly. Okay, pre-generated characters, you'll love to see it. Let's see. Cavalier, really? 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 Now? Heck with it. Sure. Sure. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Did I not say just make a character for me because I don't want to be here all day? I think I did. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. It's fine. That's fine. Oh, that's just explaining. Okay. Well, in that case, let me play a slightly less weird class. Let's be Slayer, really? No, we're getting fancy with it. Let's train up that gender. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Tieflings. Everyone loves them. Good selection of races. You know, well, this is the whole thing. Sure, sure, whatever. Fine, sure. Wait, oh, okay, okay. I am picking a god, and then from that I'm getting an alignment. That's a little weird. This is the Iomade AP. This developer, I think, is weird about being lawful. So that's fine. That's a lot. Let's real quick. It's more like it? Okay. I'm going to leave the rest of it alone because I am in a hurry. Pretty much. Well, can I ditch that hood? Okay, I guess my hair is a mystery. Let's have the nice smooth ones. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time on things. Well, hang on. Did I stick myself with that portrait? Over there? Because I meant to change that. That's better. Okay. Rest that's fine. Rest that's fine. Okay. I mean, Crazy's always a fun voice. Sure. Yeah, sure. Okay, hang on. What? The very short bank of names apparently keeps on saying Harshy, and Harshy is a funny name. So sure. Random generate again. Fine, I'll just type it. Sure, that's a fun name. Okay. This is super dex based. That's weird. I'm not gonna question it. I'm gonna pretend those are good stats for a Slayer. I'm going to assume that this has some kind of dex to damage thing going on. Okay. Sure. I don't see equipment. I don't care. Let's assume it's all good. Oh, there's... Okay. Spears. Okay. I just know, like, I'm gonna be lost in character creation for, like, an hour and then have a big, long intro if I took my time, you see. So I'm just trying to, like, speed run to a feel for it, you know? I'm trying to remember, like, was I doing writing for them before or after this campaign was released. I think way after. Like my first assignment, I think, was around when they were doing the Lovecraft one. This had to have been before that.
Hey, somebody! We got a wounded fighter. Can we get a healer over here?
Would you look at this? But why would you drag a wounded fighter into the middle of the festival square? Couldn't she be carted off somewhere else like, oh, I don't know, an infirmary? Or an accommodating ditch?
Make room, everyone, step back! Now, what's the matter? What happened to her? Who looks nasty?
The slight pause to let you read the narration is interesting.
Team has spread. We found her barely alive outside
Are we doing? I think we all know what demons are. I think we all know where that is, but like, right, I am way too deep in the lore.
Enemy us we should stray so close to the city. Must fortify the defenses. And you, hold fast. Don't die. We'll see you right. I'll get you patched up. But first, you there, guard. Take both weapons. Carrying arms is not permitted during the festival. Wounded or not, everyone must abide by the rules.
I mean,
Get our things back after the festival.
just saying. Just saying.
Oh, inherit you. Leader of our troops, the sharpened edge of our blade.
Better nowadays, so I'm worshiping.
Iomade, I beseech you, grant your mercy, heal her wounds. Here, that's the Crusader spirit. My powers are not enough here. Someone call for Director.
So I remember when they did the Kingmaker one, seeing some stuff about that where like the developers of the game like have some hang-ups about like lawful good characters, and so like did the whole kill having paladin thing just by default. I'm assuming that's not the case or less the case here, because this is kind of the like paladin adventure path.
Has anyone seen Tarantula?
Be quick about it before it's too late. Now, who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Come without plan, without preparation, and they die before they even see their first real battle. I have no cause to laugh or cry at the utter waste of it all.
My dear prelate, please, for the sake of the festivities, stop interrogating this poor woman.
Meow, meow, meow.
She's been through enough already. Go on, I'll take care of her.
What?
All right.
Hey, I'm petting you. Why are you going meow?
Protect the dragon and that, so I shall defer to your wisdom. But be on your guard.
Yeah.
Or she's wounded near Canopus. That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls. And the cities crawl their spies. Others may be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I. Not the defenders of the city.
I loose the grudging grip of pain, cast off the veil of suffering flesh. Let light and life go forth in triumph to repel the skulking shade of death. There.
I mean,
You don't believe me? Perhaps I should retake my true form and engulf this square with my eyes breath to win your trust.
yes.
Pay no mind to my
They really want me to know what a demon is, huh?
injury, and it was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have managed to get you back on your feet, but I have not yet healed you
Wow.
fully. Alas, sooner or later,
I mean,
the pain will return.
I guess it's slightly important plot-wise to know what the deals with demons, but like,
Do not be discouraged. You will recover, I promise you that. Tomorrow,
if you don't know the answer, you know the answer. Mwah. If I expanded that, I might get some like nerdy deep lore about the difference between devils and demons and daemons, but you know.
They are all too rare in this type of war, and merriment is one of the best medicines.
Okay, my cat is like come curiously close to knocking over some stuff that should not be knocked over. And also to just like occupying the space where this keyboard is. So let me move this keyboard and this precarious stuff and take a moment to pet the hell out of him. Okay, just plop down, get comfy. There you go. There you go. You good? Okay. Yeah, you were right where my keyboard's supposed to go, but you're also very cute. So, and as a trade-off, I'm willing to live with. And I was in a rush to just like play enough to just get a taste of it before moving on to the last game of the night. But you know, I can also pet a cat with 2 hands for a bit. And I can at least ramble about lore while I'm doing this. So, yeah, heck with it. So in D&D, and by extension in Pathfinder, going back forever, we got this really complicated system where, you know, you got the, like, lawful, neutral, chaotic, good, neutral, evil axes. And they decided that, okay, so the afterlife, like, covers all 9 squares. So there's 3 evil ones, and lawful evil for like lawyers and stuff has devils who, you know, do the whole like sign a contract with me to get power in exchange for me totally screwing you over thing. And you got chaotic evil, which where you have demons, which is just like, you know, we party really, really, really hard and eat each other a lot. Got some 7 deadly sins stuff going on. And then you got the neutral evil one, which has demons who just suck and eat your soul and look weird. And then also, because I'm a huge enough nerd to mention this, there's Quiploths who are also in the neutral evil one, who look even weirder, and who even knows what they want. They're just like slime molds sort of things, and weird bugs. In D&D, all 3 of those are fighting with each other in this really complex political situation, in addition to, you know, fighting good people. Pathfinder did not import that. Both for reasons of, you know, like that I think is one of the copyrighted things, and also because, like, that is a complicated situation where there's 3 hells and they're at war with each other. So you still got 3 hells, but, you know, they get along okay enough as things go. Doesn't come up very often. Anyway, that should not be super relevant, but this particular game, being set in the part of the world it is, that there's kind of this like big huge crack that just like opens straight into hell that demons come out of. So you know, that's why there's a lot of paladin types just kind of hanging out in the area. Yeah, okay. There's a long tail, holy cow. Gonna trip over that thing. Yeah. We can Wazzy, we can Q&E. We can talk to some noble here. City Day is a bad name for your holiday. I appreciate these all being very, very, like, direct and to the point. We'll one sentence conversations. Yes, I can click on a thing. I can also hold tab and ooh. You got a name. You've also got a name. And you. It's probably rude to interrupt the band while they're playing. Yeah. What is his hand? Ah. I mean, there's no button for me to do it from that far off, but you know. Glad I could impress you by throwing a knife at a thing. Something we should all aspire to, I guess. Well, you got a fun name. You also like to speak in the third person, I see. Okay. Let's see, what do you got going on? Someone has been partying slightly too hard, it looks like. Is this like a portal situation? You're into that box? Well, certainly won't need that for anything. It's been super fast if I hold that down, doesn't it? I can really drown out that music. You know, there's definitely not going to be an attack of like low-level monsters anytime here, so it should be fine. Hello, named characters. Hello, 3 named characters, one of whom is one of the like class illustrations. I think it's one. I think there's some low damage rolls. I like the wings made of bugs. It's a well-delivered thing. Oh, that was quick.
Discover yourself. My name
This is what I get for just saying yeah, whatever character creation was. A freaking crossbow. Should have suspected it when I saw that Dex build. So a fun fact about D&D 3 point whatever, including Pathfinder, is one of the simplest character concepts you might think to try is like, what if I just have a bow and I'm really good at firing my bow? And that's a very simple sort of thing to just build. You don't know what you're doing. And it is incredibly broken to do that. Like, it is a super overpowered weapon. Crossbows, on the other hand, are kind of slow. So, yeah. Also, they don't let you add your strength bonus, which, here I go again, getting into tabletop stuff. But yeah, that was a good intro for this sort of thing. This very, like, Baldur's Gate-y sort of isometric viewpoint RPG thing. Like, got some dynamic camera angles and a nice little in-engine cutscene. You don't get that too often. Well, that was weirdly brief and weightless. Also, it's weird to me that I didn't like immediately pick up a bunch of extra characters. Which I guess I'm going to be doing now, but you know. Nice backgrounds too here. Is the water not on for you? Now? Well, you know. Man. What do you want? Real quick. Real quick. Okay.
That's all that matters. Now, you're going to... Hey! Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that you're going to live here today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
Meow.
Damn it all. I think it's broken.
Did I not just turn the water on for you?
I'll just make myself...
Wait, did I not?
Something. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I didn't have a tyranid, a legal watch. I was overseeing security in Festival Square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. What actually happened though? No, that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that.
Hello. Hello again. You've not been up here for a good 5 minutes. You must have been missing it.
Well, I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of Idaho. I crossed the whole continent to come
Yeah.
Good to meet you. Now, tell us all about yourself. Whoa, girl. Slow down. Exchanging names is enough for now. We don't have time to be swapping life stories. We need to
I
find a
like the
way to
way you
connect.
think.
Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course.
Meow.
I have a funny we're gonna have to deliver on the way
Meow.
out.
Meow.
To summarize, there are 3 of us with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware! Anemone, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight.
Yeah, the voice acting here is definitely much better than the last one of these, if I recall.
Manage on our own
I was kind of wincing at that one.
first. May the good
Might have been a couple of voices early on, but it was.
skies soon.
Mm-hmm. Hooray for box select. Yoink. Oh.
No reason to pause.
Okay. We can smite, we can also smite, and you are just fake in my party, I guess. Okay. Do. Ooh, stuff. Let's see. Yep. Okay. I like. There we go. Okay, what do you got? You got a longsword. A meow? Meow? Wait, what do you want? What do you want? Wanna lay down? And get comfy? There you go. Okay, when I show our last game of the night, I kind of want to be like a little less interrupted. It's looking good, TOTO. But I'm gonna play some roller now first, okay? Okay? Okay. Wanna lick my hand for some reason? Yeah, okay, okay. So, how is this character sheet laid out? Complex. Which I appreciate. I have 16 strength. Those are choices, sure. Okay, can I? No. Okay, where then would be stuff? Okay, there we go. There we go. Was that just regular? That was just regular. You are a paladin. I am not a paladin, so I will be taking this. There we go. Are you like super attached to the sword? Because that's, probably gonna be better. And what am I even using? Oh, I'm using nothing. Okay. Let's see. Do I have some dex damage thing? No. At least not with the. Oh, it's the spear. However, the cold iron dagger, which. Nice. bows are just better than crossbows. It's just the thing. Unless you have no strength. And this doesn't, like, get persnickety about reloading it, which probably doesn't. Oh, that's handy.
Who's there?
I do have this giant block of text and only 2 words to get read aloud.
Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, alright? We fell down here during the attack. Honestly, look, that's a bit of it. And this is our new friend. We're looking for a way back to surface.
Really? I'm so glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Canelia. I was also in the square when... I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems, that the ward stone protected us from attack. And Tarantula... I can't wrap my head around it. Certainly. Survivors
How far is it that far?
is only sensible.
There's not a lot of zoom range. Yeah, I'm in a hurry, so.
It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble.
In what 8 round playing for real, I made to quote some actual character with my character.
Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kind of need all the supplies we can get right now.
Oh, 7 HP is plenty. Alright. What is your deal anyway? What is your deal? Oh, shaman. Yeah. Yeah, shaman's our thing. Alright, buckling. Yoink. Let's see. Yeah, that's where I came in. It's a bit windy. Okay. Yeah, that's all probably fine. Oh yeah, I forgot you were here. Just kind of blends into the background a little bit. Padded armor is basically non-existent. Also worth nothing. More scales is nice, I suppose. Yeah. You know, can I just real quick here? Make the suggestion that you maybe you maybe want to have your weapon that you're good with in your main hand there, just as a thought. Yeah, cold arm rapier and whatnot, and maybe we put this over here. That should probably work out better, I would think. Okay. Is this the side path? Or was that the side path? Also, do I have, like... I do have a map, okay. So, it's worth noting how, computer games based on D&D and, you know, derivatives thereof, tend to have a very hands-off combat system where stuff just kind of happens. Which you would think would, you know, not be the case. It'd be more like tactical. But this is not the most unrealistic summary of how it tends to go. Oh, let's take off your skin. That's how you know it's really a party. Am I right, everybody?
No, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere. Let me look.
Did you find it? Who is that?
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait. They might know what's going on out there.
You think our forebears sullied themselves by mating with demons like yours? No, our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the underground crusaders, the children of the
Yeah,
Crusades' finest.
it's kind of rude of you, just saying.
Sadly, underground crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us mongrels.
You just love repeating that, don't you, mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us. What we call ourselves, neithers.
You know,
No matter what you call us, it's not gonna stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing.
yeah, but probably should let him know what's up.
As you say, and we all have to hurry.
He didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface of the maze.
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Congress. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
Okay, this is what I was saying about the lawful good. Oh, it's tagged as evil. Okay, that's fine. They seem to have gotten over it.
Holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold.
don't think ever bad ever good attempts of going up to the surface. Just stay in your tunnels.
And Salt, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that
I guess unless you really need to like fix your water filter.
Crusaders to take up arms. If we get the Holy Sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone
The thing is, this feels the need to like bust out the wiki for.
weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. You think you're special, lad?
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be
Like again, if you're not familiar with the lore, like this wouldn't help, and also you wouldn't need it.
Yes, there are other ways up, but they are far from here. And after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they collapsed. The maze. There's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be a signal for us, the underground crusaders. The time has come to go out to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Until then, the people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze. Even I don't know if it's true. The further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That makes the willingness to surface.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They feared the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been
You gotta quit saying maze so much.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
Thanks. An extra pair of eyes can only help.
Like
Sword will be easy enough to spot.
4, really.
Sword, help us, and in return we'll get you out of here.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
What? You want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface. So be it.
You got some projection issues going on. Just saying.
I hope you appreciate this.
Again, perception. It's good to explain to people that it's wisdom based. After they made the characters, anyway.
I found something.
Let's move the whole herd up here.
What's that there?
Oh, what's this now? Doing some like late game create your character by making choices like ogre battle sort of thing? Like backstory wise?
Hey, are you alright? You were kinda glowing just now.
Was it? The light of heaven. But how?
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
They aided it.
That really was Mario? The angel from the legends. The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
You. Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it, and now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood, no different.
Like before you're like picking on me for being part demon, and now you're like you got to make up your mind.
Now, Wendelog, don't be a sword loser. She is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before her, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff. Because she doesn't carry our abominable taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special you are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that. I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you insult. You just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthy.
I mean,
That is just. Wow, I mean, that's amazing. Heaven has truly blessed you.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Glenn?
Yes, it's similar, but this light is more golden. Chief Soul needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say
this voice actor was really familiar. I can't quite pin it down.
Storm the maze. You uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find a way to conquer us.
They already said that.
Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really. And for me,
But stuff. But stuff. Okay. Oh, you're also my party. Okay. I mean, yeah. not been the first one that's come up. What are your deals, though? Let's see them character sheets. Come on. Okay. Zen Archer. Like the monk thing? Yeah. Okay, what weird mutant class is your friend then? Oh. Okay.
Thanks, man. You're so awesome, man.
Have we selected? Yes, okay. So yeah, I got some bit of a plot intro. Oh, also I got like a magic sword. Should probably maybe do something with that. Where'd it go? Da-da. Oh, did it go into the plot hole? Okay, it went into the plot hole. Got it. Okay, well then. So it's starting to say. I think that's like a decent taste of. We kind of got like the intro to plot to some degree. I mean, we've seen combat. It's, you know, probably a little bit more involved at the higher levels. There's also the turn-based mode, but that would just be like, you know, clicking to attack and miss a lot. Or maybe using some abilities that are not worth using at this level. Yeah, I've played a D&D. Ooh, a masterwork crossbow. That's a minor upgrade for me. As we all know, when one finds a minor upgrade, oh, well. Let's deal with this first. I feel like everyone was like so dead set on moving this corpse, so they just like ran right through the spiders. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, getting scarier with it, huh? Yeah, if you're actually doing the whole sword and board thing, you want to have a regular board, then... Oh, wait. What'd you start with? Oh, never mind. You're good. For some reason, I thought buckler. Yeah, this is, like, a taste of this. Probably going to be a more major fight at the end of this hallway. Perhaps. Suggestion noted and ignored. But yeah, the first one of these Owlcat Pathfinder ones, like, from the very little bit I played, which is less than I played this tonight, to be fair, seemed a little rough in places, but this seems like pretty nice and competent. This is a good, Baldur's Gate type experience. I should play it through properly and, like, really make a character, because they do put in, like, an absurd amount of options for creating a character if you do it the, like, proper full way. I mean, if you just look at the level up options that were in here somewhere. I thought. Could have sworn. There's like a whole. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah. So you got your feat every odd level. The Slayer talents and studied stuff and sneak attacking. Choice of advanced talents, like it's a whole thing. Like we're not skimping out on stuff, like. And then there's a bunch of like weird archetypes that nobody uses, like Zen Archer in here. So pretty good, pretty solid. There's a stack of PC RPGs I need to play at some point, but this is going on it. So hey. And now let me just